Hello, good day viewers. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about the determinant of matrix, how to find the determinant of 2 by 2 matrix, 3 by 3 matrix. So therefore, if we say determinant, what do we mean? Determinant of matrix, let's say suppose we have a, let's say A1, A2, and therefore B1, and we have what? We have B2. So therefore, how can we find what? How can we find the determinant of this matrix A, matrix A1, V1, and therefore A2, V2? So therefore, to find the determinant, I will just say A1 multiplied by V2, and therefore V1 multiplied by what? V1 multiplied by what? V2. So therefore, which will be equals to what? A1 V2 minus what? Minus V1 what? Minus V1 A2. So therefore, this is the determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix. So therefore, suppose we have A1, A2, and A3, and therefore I have V1, V2, and therefore V3, and therefore I have C1, I have C2, I have what? C3. So therefore, how can we find the determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix? So therefore, to find the determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix, the first thing to do is what? We have to say this will be equals to the first what? The first row, we have to say A1 should be multiplied by what? We delete this. We have to delete the first what? This first row, and therefore what? We have to delete the word the first column. So therefore we are left with what? V2, V3, C2, and what? C3. But you have to multiply them with what? With this value of E. So therefore you delete this and what? You delete this. So therefore you are left with what? V2, C2, and therefore V3 and what? C3. So therefore you have to say V2 and what? And C2, and therefore what? V3 and what? C3. And then you have to see what? Don't forget with the positive sign, negative sign, and what? Positive sign. Here is positive sign, and here is supposed to be what? Negative sign. So therefore, we are done with what? The value of B1. So let's move to the value of what? The value of B1. So therefore, B1 bracket. So we delete this, and therefore we delete this. We are left with what? A2, C2, and therefore what? We have what? A3, and what? We have what? We have C3. So therefore we have what? We have A2, and therefore we have what? We have C2, and we have another what? A3, and therefore we have what? We have what? We have A3. So therefore this is what? This is for the value of what? The value of B1. So therefore for the value of what? C1, we have to see, we have positive sign, negative sign, and we have what? Positive sign, and then we are dealing with what? C1. So therefore, how can we find for C1? If we are going to find for C1, we have to delete this row and therefore delete this row. So therefore, we are left with what? We are left with what? A2, and therefore what? B2, and therefore A3, and therefore what? B3. So therefore, this is a determinant of 3 by 3 matrix. After doing that, so we have to use the 2 by 2 method of finding the determinant to simplify this, simplify, and then simplify. So I have to say which is equals to A1, which is equals to A1 brackets, which is what? B2, B2 C3 minus what? Minus C2 what? C2 B3 minus what? Minus B1, which is what? A2 what? C3 minus what? Minus C2 what? C2 A3, and therefore plus what? Plus C1, which is what? A2 what? A2 B3 minus what? Minus A3 B2. So therefore, this is how to find the determinant of what? 2 by 2 matrix and what? 3 by 3 matrix. So let's see some example on that. So let's see how to find the determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix. So therefore, we have to say it is equal to 1 multiplied by 4 minus what? 2 multiplied by what? 2 multiplied by what? 2 multiplied by 3. So therefore, 4 multiplied by 1 minus what? 2 multiplied by what? 3, or 3 multiplied by what? By 2. It is all the same. So therefore, I'm having what? 4 minus what? Minus 6, which will be equals to what? -2. So therefore, this is a determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix. Let's find the 3 by 3 matrix. So if we're going to find the 3 by 3 matrix, this is a 3 by 3 matrix. So I have to say, according to the general formula, we have to keep the 2 down, and we delete this. Sorry. We delete this, and also we delete this. So therefore, we are left with what? 1 minus what? Minus 3, and what? And 2, 5. So therefore, I have to say 1 minus 3, 2, and what? And 5. And also, I'm having negative sign, and I'm having 3. So therefore, I have to find what? For what? For the value of 3. I will delete this, and I will delete this. I'm left with what? I'm left with 4, and then minus 3, and then I'm having minus 1, and what? And 5. So I have what? Positive sign, then I'll have the value of what? The value of 1. So if I'm to calculate for 1, I'm just going to say, we delete this, we delete this. I'm having 4, 1, and what? Minus 1. 4, 1, minus 1, and what? And 2. So therefore, I have to find the determinant of this 2 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 by 2 matrix. So I will have 2, 1 multiplied by what? 5. I will have 5, and therefore minus 6. 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6. And then I'll close my bracket. I'm having 34 multiplied by 5. I'm having what? I'm having 20 minus what? Minus positive what? Minus positive 30. And then I will have positive sign. 4 multiplied by 2. I'll have 8 minus what? Minus 1. So therefore, 2, 5 minus 5, this will become what? Positive sign. So I will have what? 11 bracket minus 20 minus what? 20 minus 3, I will end up having 17. So therefore, 3 multiplied by what? 3 multiplied by 17 plus what? Plus what? Plus 9. So therefore, I'm having what? I'm having 22. Therefore, minus, if I say 3 multiplied by what? 3 multiplied by 17. 3 multiplied by 17, I will have what? 51. 51 plus what? Plus 9. So therefore, 29 minus 22 minus 51 plus what? 9. It is equals to what? Minus what? Minus 20. So therefore, this is the inverse of this 3 by 3 matrix. This is how can you follow the steps that you're supposed to follow in order to find what? 3 by 3 matrix. So let's see another example. Here is another example under the 3 by 3 matrix. So I have to say 2. I'll delete this. I'll delete this. I'm having 3, 5, 2, and what? Minus 6. 3 what? 5, 2, and what? And minus 6. So therefore, minus what? Minus 1 bracket. I will delete this, I will delete this. I'm having 0, 5, 7, and what? And minus 6. I will have 0, 7, 5, and what? And minus 6. So therefore, for the third one, for the 4, I will delete this, I will delete this. I'm having 0, 3, 7, and what? And 2. So therefore, plus 4, delete this. I will have what? 0, 3, 7, and what? 7 and 2. So therefore, this is what 2 by 2 matrix. I convert it to 2 by 2 matrix. So I have to solve it 2 into 3 multiplied by what? 3 multiplied by 6 is minus what? Minus 18 minus what? 10. 2 multiplied by 5, which is 10. And therefore, plus, because minus is positive sign, 1 into 0 multiplied by minus 6, which is 0 minus what? Minus 7 multiplied by 5, which is 35. So therefore, bracket plus 4 into 0 multiplied by 2, which is what? 0 minus what? 7 multiplied by what? 7 multiplied by 3, which is 21. So therefore, I have to say that 2 minus what? Minus 18 minus 10, I will have what? Minus 28. Minus 28. And therefore, plus what? If I say 0 minus 35, I will end up having minus 35. And therefore, 1 multiplied by minus 35 is still the same thing as what? minus what? Minus 35. So therefore minus 35 plus what? Plus 4 multiplied by what? 4 multiplied by minus 21. If I say 4 multiplied by minus 21, I will have minus what? Minus 84. So therefore, 2 multiplied by what? 2 multiplied by 28. 2 times 28. I will have what? Minus what? Minus 56. Minus what? Minus 35. And therefore, minus what? Minus 84. So therefore, 2 multiplied by minus 28, it will become minus 56, and therefore plus what? Minus, which is negative sign. Also plus minus, it is what? Negative sign. So therefore minus 56 minus 35 minus 84, it is what? It is minus what? Minus 175. But let me check it again. Minus 56 minus 35 minus 84, it is what? Minus 178. So therefore this is the end of this video of determinant of what? Of matrix. How to find a 2 by 2 matrix, 3 by 3 matrix. So therefore, do share to your friends in order to learn more on what? On determinant of what? Matrix. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and what? Comment and share to others. Thank you for watching.